Corey Holcomb has the best rant of the year. And I'm willing to say that even though it's June, even though we got 6 months, technically seven, because we haven't made it all the way through June, but 6, 7 months left, right? This shit right here, if you were a single man, if you are in the game, if you are playing the field, this type of shit to me, this is like this is like motivational content, me keeping it real with you. And me saying that after you hear what he's gonna say, that sounds kind of messed up. But I'm not gonna lie, for like the past month, I won't say for the past month, but there was like a week that I listened to this rant every single day, multiple times. Because not only is that like somewhat how I feel and how I think, but it helped me stay detached to some degree when it comes to a lot of these scandalous chicks that I so happen to run across. Because one of the biggest factors in the vetting process is time. But listen, we gonna get straight to the rant. Uncut and unfiltered.
This is the way I think. See, a bitch is a bitch. And if you don't know that's a bitch, you are basically autistic. See, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it, bitch act crazy with me. Carmen used to be on the road with me. I used to fuck Carmen. That bitch told me she was my woman, she'd be with me, do anything for me, all that shit. The whole time, I'm like, bitch, who is you talking to? Bitch, you ain't my bitch. You a bitch who getting fucked because we on the road kicking it. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You'll be telling the next nigga this. If you don't know that about a bitch, then you autistic. You autistic. When a bitch is talking to you, you are supposed to look at that bitch and try to give her warning that you know she ain't shit. Right. When bitches talk to me, I'll be like, and then they be like, why you looking like that? I'm like, are you serious? Girl, look at your life. Your life is full of tragical endings with men. Why in the fuck do you think I think I'm special than the next motherfucker when it comes to you being what you supposed to be to a man? When you with a man, goddammit, and you give him your pussy, you are supposed to be like, you know what? It ain't about me no more. This man is who I chose to give my pussy to. I'm gonna show this man I am a good woman to choose and cuff. The bitches don't never show you they a good woman to choose and cuff. Them bitches don't do nothing but show you attitude and think that the niggas they had behind your back you don't know about. I don't have to look and see if you fucking another nigga. Your attitude with me is all I need to know. Shut the fuck up talking to me, bitch. I know you ain't shit. Every once in a while, you meet a woman that's worth something, but it's not common. Most of the bitches you are fucking them because they don't have the right mentality toward themselves. They actually think they tricking you. But when you fucking with a man who not autistic mentally, he is gonna fuck you till the wheels fall off, then he gonna get another bitch to replace you in that part of his rotation. I'm not saying this is right, but I'm telling you that's what's happening. So all you bitches who get mad at me because I was fucking you and I wouldn't put you on a pedestal, listen. I think that's hater shit. That's hater shit. You mad at me because I know who you are. You with the next nigga a little bit. You fucking the other nigga for me and you over with. You think I didn't expect that? I expect the bitch to have another nigga set up before she tell me, fuck you, nigga. The bitches lie and say, no, I hadn't seen him yet. You a fucking lie, bitch. You know who you are. I know who you are. And if you think I don't know who you are, then play the game. I got a bitch to replace you immediately because this is how I stack the chips up. Never starting from scratch. When a bitch leave, hello, you ready? I got that spot open for you now. You get to move up. And if you ain't living your life like that, you living your life autistic because bitches ain't shit. They're going to lie to you about who they are. They're going to misrepresent about who they are. They're not going to show you loyalty because if you fucking them, they supposed to be loyal to you. But these hoes ain't loyal. These hoes get Chris Brown $1,000 for a picture, and they life ain't nothing $1,000 for a picture financially ready for that. That's the average bit. I ain't mad at you. You disposable. You like a bottle cap, like they say on that movie. I'll twist you up and throw you on the ground like it's nothing. It's nothing. When you cuss me out, I expect it, because you normally cuss me out when you have determined he's not going to do what I want him to do. Right. Fuck yeah. And I'll be like, this is the game of life, dog.
Now, before I get into this, the first thing that we have to acknowledge and recognize is that he's a comedian. So some of this could be an attempt to be funny to some degree. I just got to say that as far as some of the language and things like that. But I don't care, because ain't nobody giving it up like this, dog. Ain't nobody right now, no celebrity. I ain't gonna lie, it's very few people in this space really giving it up like this. There's so much truth and game baked into this, and we gonna break some of it down, and I'm gonna, re-articulate some of it as far as my beliefs and just, interpretations and things like that. Before I get to that, I do want to let you know I am gonna have, the rest of this rant that I didn't think was necessary, because don't necessarily agree with it, but it's still like, just to give you more context who he is, how he thinking, some comedy, I guess, I leave it at the end. So it is what it is. So once we get finished, that'll roll around the end. So we're going to start with this set of points that he made. Women don't understand their value, and they don't understand their role. They really don't even understand themselves, because they don't understand how much having a bunch of casual sex is going to fuck you up, as a woman specifically. And I'm positive it fucks men up too, but not anywhere near the same degree. Not anywhere near the same degree as it fucks up women. But let's get to the point. As far as women, being pure is what most men want. They want a woman that is pure to some degree. In 2025, we don't expect virgins. We just don't. We just want somebody that ain't been ran through, that ain't fucked nobody we know, especially specific people. Like there's somebody that that you won't fuck behind, for sure. At least I hope. But just to simplify, we don't want a woman who is ran through, that is for everybody, that is disposable, that is going to be quick to move on to another dude, or always scanning for another dude, et cetera, et cetera. We want something exclusive. We want something that is pure to some degree. And this is in reference to cuffing a woman, right? This is in reference to giving your resources and giving your commitment and giving your time and energy and stuff like that. This is not for just having casual sex, for just fucking, for putting a roster together and stuff like that. And that's the thing that women get fucked up when they hear or when they say stuff like, oh, you don't want me posting booty pictures, but you be liking all that shit on Instagram. The thing about us is that we will fuck hoes, not take hoes serious, not commit to them. But at the same time, when it's time to settle down, we want somebody that hasn't been ran through. Now, you might think that's hypocritical, but this is the thing. This is the reality that people who say shit like that are not aware of. Women don't value purity as far as men. Women want men who get bitches. Why do so many women fuck with players? Why do so many women go based on social proof and on pre-selection? They want the guys that other women want. And in most cases, they really don't care how many other women have had them as far as these guys. That's how come they don't care about body count as much as us, because it's not the same. We are not the same. And women are not looking for a virgin. They want a leader. They want somebody who is experienced. They want somebody who is going to knock their motherfucking socks off in bed. They want somebody that all the other bitches want, but they somehow managed to lock him down and, now they're in an exclusive relationship with the guy that everybody wants. Like, that's what they want. Almost no men want a woman that everybody has had. Yeah, you'll see people like Mia Khalifa get married. Well, let me not say that. I think she just got engaged 2-3 times or something like that. I don't know if she got married. But regardless, it never worked out. Because even when it comes to simps trying to do that, we're men. It's certain stuff that men can't get over. And we could talk about the value of a woman and different things she could do to be of utility to a man or, just to enhance a man's life and enrich him. Like the one dude said the other day, enriching a man's life. We could talk about all of that. But one of the most important things that women have is a womb when it comes to a man. The fact that you can bear a child, that is very valuable and very important. And they give it to motherfuckers who they end up calling broke ass, bitch ass, hoe ass motherfuckers in the timeline all over social media before the baby even come out. So a lot of women just don't value themselves. They don't understand their value, et cetera, et cetera. So that's women not knowing their value, but this is women not knowing their role. These are two things that go hand in hand as far as what he said. When a chick gives you her pussy, the way it's supposed to go is like he said. And women don't understand this. They won't agree with this because they just feel they got all the power. And that's one of the things that he mentioned as far as, they think they tricking you because they getting some dick. They exercising their options and they playing the field. They building rosters themselves, et cetera, et cetera. They really are playing themselves because this is how it's supposed to work. Women, they are the gatekeepers to sex. We have to have consent to have sex. When it comes to men, we are the gatekeepers to commitment. That is why it is up to us to get on our knee and propose to women for marriage. The womb and the coochie is so valuable. The religious scriptures, texts, all this stuff are going to tell you to save that for the man that marries you, for the man that actually marries you. And guess what that means? That means you guys have to have not just a connection before you guys have sex, but you have to, as a person, prove to him that you are worth a lifelong commitment. That means you have to be valuable to him. You have to be of value to some degree. And this is why you got all those 1950s moms teaching their daughters how to be homemakers, and those be the best grandmas and stuff like that. People who come from like the boomers generation and the generations before that and stuff like that. Women who like 80 and 70 right now. So that's why things were set up the way they're set up. But listen, we are in modern times. People expect sex. People want to have sex, et cetera, et cetera. So if you were moving in that paradigm to where you are not waiting until marriage to have sex, which most people aren't, that's just the way the world is now. Good, you're not finding a virgin. You're not, bruh. I met one female virgin that I actually believe was a virgin in our 20s, and she was very quirky and weird. I 100% believe she was a virgin. She was extremely weird. But what Corey said is once you give your coochie up, you supposed to be like, you know what? It ain't about me no more. Let me say that again before we continue. Once you give the coochie up to a man, you have to say, it ain't about me no more. I am going to prove to this man that I am worthy of cuffing. I am going to be of the utmost value to this man. Not only am I going to be loyal, I'm going to be dedicated. I'm going to pour into him. I'm going to give him the energy and stuff. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to, even if you out here and you like, I'm going to have sex with my boyfriends or whatever the case may be, a woman should be more selective, very selective as far as who she chooses to give it to. That's how come a low body count is valued. This should be a very critical choice. You should give it to somebody who you think is worthy of leading you, worthy of building a family with, et cetera, et cetera. That's what it should be. If we're moving outside of, religious paradigms and things of that nature. And if he hasn't committed to you yet, or even if he has committed to you, what it should be then is I am going to be the best partner that I can. I'm going to show him that I am valuable. I am going to earn his commitment. He did what it took to earn my coochie. I am going to earn his commitment. The thing about that is most of these women, as far as air quote modern women, they feel entitled because nobody tells them this. They have not been conditioned to do this. The conditioning for this was typically done by the old school 50s mothers when the patriarchy was very patriarchal, and feminism didn't really have shit by the rung, didn't have them thinking, they independent, but they be selectively independent, you already know. I just did a video the other day where a woman was saying you can't have, another man's wildest dreams. You gotta have your man's wildest dreams. Meaning you can't be dreaming outside of your man's budget. Women expect men to facilitate their dreams. They expect men to facilitate their dreams, but they don't expect or even think about or consider what value to give a man. I was watching Jeremy Holloway the other day on Facebook because they always show me his videos, and I was very disappointed because, somebody he put up a clip talking about, women not being able to say what they bring to the table, and his response to the clip was, y'all men say all this and da-da-da-da-da. Y'all never tell them, what do y'all expect a woman to say? Because y'all keep asking this question, but, they did, none of the answers is never right. So what do you expect them to say? Y'all tell me it's like, bro, you're an influencer. You get paid to talk about women all the time or dating or whatever the case may be. Why don't you tell people what women are supposed to bring to the table? Because this is the other thing. I could find a bunch of other clips and put them together of men in these conversations on these podcasts saying what women are supposed to bring to the table. It is very simple from a fundamental baseline level. It's going to be things that fall in alignment with submission and nurturing. So we're talking about support, cooperation, catering, being of service, etc., etc. The whole being a man's piece shit. The Paul Pierce clip, I want to get to that one day where he said, like, he don't believe that a woman could be a man's piece. And that's very funny to me. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's something I want to react to because he's kind of right, but I don't want to spoil that. So we'll get to that another day. But that's the point right there. They don't understand the role they are supposed to play when it comes to getting a man's commitment. So they think because of their entitlement, just because they are given a pussy, that the pussy is so valuable that they could just talk their way into commitment, that they could just coerce you into commitment. They could just tell you that they love you and they'll do anything for you, but they not doing shit. And what they actually doing is working a roster behind the scenes. I don't want to drag this out because the rant is pretty self-explanatory. So I briefly highlight some other points. He talked about women having other men lined up when things not going they way with you. That is just how women work. They not about to leave a situation cold and just be alone and not have nobody to entertain or nothing. No. Most of these chicks gonna have somebody lined up. The other thing that he mentions is he knows the cycle of how the game goes, especially when it comes to how he deals with women. So he already got another chick lined up because he knows this chick is gonna be finished. And I'm not gonna lie, through my adult life, yeah, that's what it is. I've been learned that lesson. I looked up at one point in like my mid to late 20s and I was like, bruh, it's really like nothing with these chicks last. And the things that last, you want to know what's funny? It'll be a chick that I messed with like 10, 15 years ago. And the thing is, we never been big on communication. We never been, just locked in to where we talking every single day or nothing like that. We just got a casual relationship. And if she really fuck with me, if she really like me, it might be times where I hit her up and like she not trying to respond because she either just not fucking with me at the moment or she got something else going on. But eventually, she either receptive or she hit me up, one or the other. And this is multiple chicks. But the thing about that is it's not gonna be, for most dudes, me included, an abundance of chicks. Like say like that's just what it is. Like when you have a lot of these relationships or just like you do a lot of talk and a lot of date, like if y'all aren't committed to each other, it's really just a countdown to when the relationship is gonna end. I heard this a long time ago and it stuck with me. I'm pretty sure it's some pimp lingo. The name of the game is cop and blow. You never know when that hoe gonna go. If that is from a song, let me know because I heard it. And I'm pretty sure I heard Boss Mac say it. And I'm talking about like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, some shit like that. But it resonated with me. Another point that he made is women get mad when you see through them. They get mad when you see through them. Like, this is just such a masterful piece of work as far as this rant that he did. They get mad at him, and he said that it's hatership because you mad that I'm not falling for your bullshit, but you know it's bullshit. You know you got other niggas on the side. You know what you got lined up. This is another thing he said. I don't need to know that you got other niggas. All I need to know is your attitude towards me. That's it. In the way that I look at that, it goes hand in hand with what he said earlier and how I fleshed it out. Fuck what you're saying, fuck what you're talking. If your attitude is bad towards me, that's one thing. But you have this thing now with women saying, oh, men want to be chased. They want to be the women. Da, 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 da. If you fucking this nigga, if he done macked you up or whatever the case may be, and we just gonna keep it to this situation. Like, this is somebody that you gave your coochie or somebody that you just want commitment from. You have to earn that commitment. And this generation of women don't know that they have to earn commitment. They frown upon just the thought of doing anything for a man. This generation is so misandrous. Just keeping it real. I might do a video because every man on Threads is realizing the Instagram Threads app fuels so much. It just spreads so much misandry. It's so many man-hating women who just get the spotlight shined on them. There's so many posts are going viral or dudes calling it out like, yo, this is a man-hating app. A lot of women hear the word submission and they fucking, bruh. It's like holding up a cross to a demon. They start squirming and squiggling and they get really mad. The bitches start melting when you start talking about submission, bruh. Just the idea or thought of submitting to a man, being compliant to a man, letting a man lead, like these women are not into that. So when we go back to talking about the attitude, if you are not trying to enhance my life, if you are not trying to cater to me, if you are not, being cooperative and supportive, if you are not trying to earn my commitment in any way, why the fuck would I give it to you? And why the fuck would I think that I'm a priority to you? Why would I think that you're not dealing with other men? Listen, I could keep going and I could keep going over the points, but I really feel like he fleshed out the game and the state of the game and how you need to move very well, even if it was vulgar. And listen, one of the things that he said, even if you gospel jams and you like, I want a wife and I don't want to be in the game or nothing like that, and this is wrong, etc. Even the way he carrying himself, one of the things that he said is, am I saying this right? No. But that's just what it is. Even if you not playing this game, the women that you're dealing with is playing this game. And it goes back to one of the first things that he said. A bitch is a bitch. And if you don't know a bitch is a bitch, you autistic. That's what that nigga said. So it's like everything is baked into this shit, bro. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I listen to this shit like fucking at least 15 times in a week, 2 weeks. And I had to put it on my channel just so it could be easy to get to, honestly, and share it with y'all. But it's like, I'm going to watch it more. I'm going to keep it real. Like, I'm going to be going back to this video. This is going to be on my most referenced video playlist because it reminds me of what the game is and who a lot of these chicks is. And it's more baked into this than I even got to. It's more baked into this. And even then, at the end, he's going to say some stuff. It's going to be funny, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I mean, the truth is the truth. But everything he said in the clip that you've seen resonated with me. I agree with it 100%. So with that being said, if you are trying to find a wife, I wish you luck. If you're out here just playing the game or whatever the case may be, I wish you luck as well. But with the state of things, if you going your own way and you watching this just to, hear me talk about how things are and stuff like that, hey, I ain't gonna lie, you probably good where you at right now. If you're not playing the game, like, you probably good where you at right now. I'm not even gonna drag it no more. I'm done. Here's the end clip. Y'all have a good day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
You ain't gotta like me, goddammit. I ain't finna stop fucking these hoes. Let me tell you why. Because I can help these hoes. What you gonna do about that? Huh? You gonna tell all the hoes Corey think like this? It ain't gonna stop nothing. I can help the hoe. I can help the hoe get out of the hole she in.
Ho.
Yeah, ho.
So ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm in the fucking game until I just can't fuck no more. That's probably when I'll get out the fucking game. And if I can't fuck no more, then maybe I'll slow down.
Yeah. You start doing magic. Just put that track on. Voila!
Abracadabra.